Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. How's everybody doing today? Another fantastic day here in the Philippines. Today I want to talk about something that happens sometimes quite a bit that people don't really think about. And the thing is, yeah, this video is going to be like probably about 3 or 4 different topics at the same time because I had quite a few things I want to talk about today. But one of the things I want to talk about is when you're here in the Philippines, you'll notice that a lot of times what happens is uh, if they see the color of your skin, sometimes they might try to take advantage of you. Recently, I had to get something moved from point A to point B, and even though it's just probably 100 yards tops, less than 100 yards, the driver wanted extra money. And so you gotta kind of expect that and be prepared for that. Not a problem. In other words, if Ruth and R were there, it'll be one price. They see me, it's a different price. So you kind of have to be prepared and understand that. And you know, you don't think about it, but that happens a lot, especially if you're a foreigner in the Philippines. You find yourself thinking it's going to be okay and this, that, and other, but sometimes it costs you more, and actually it can cost you more money than what you think it's going to cost you. And in some cases, it can cost you more than you thought you were paying in the U.S. Don't think about it, because things are really quite expensive. I just happened to be in the store recently and saw that these prices were just incredible. I mean, they had wines from all over the world, and they were going for $150, $200, $300, $500. And I can't see them selling that much wine, but who knows? Maybe people buy it. But as you know, in the Philippines, there's a lot of great advantages in living in the Philippines, but then you really have to watch your costs, because costs can get out of hand really fast. Cost of goods, cost of things can really get out of hand. You don't think about it, but it can really put you in a different level that you weren't expecting that it to be. So, food for thought. And this goes with taxis and or tricycles and or tuk-tuks. Sometimes people don't really realize that when you even get a taxi going from point A to point B, if they see, then they know where it's at, they'll drive around circles. So you got to kind of be prepared for it here in the Philippines. It doesn't matter where you live. It's not like it's, I never have a problem here in Boracay, or I never have a problem here in Naga or Iloilo or San Fernando or Baguio. But really, it happens to a lot of people all over. I hear it all over. I have, right now, I think it's 19 of my old workers scattered throughout the Philippines that we talk from time to time, and they kind of keep me updated. And same situation where, they got taken advantage of, this, that, and other. And in a lot of cases, they've been here for years, so they just don't think anything about it. They just have a driver or a specific person come by and pick them up. To alleviate the problem, just pay them a monthly fee. And the monthly fee can vary anywhere from 2,000, 3,000 peso, depending on how much you call them. And because they can come by and pick you up in a tuk-tuk or car, or your car, and you hire a driver for your car. And I suggest a lot of times, especially the guys coming from the States, don't try to drive here in the beginning. In fact, don't try to drive here at all, even if you have a car. I think you'll find it's inevitable. There'll be an accident getting ready to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Most of the ones that I know that have cars have been in an accident or two along the way, and or they buy a vehicle they spend about $2 million for, and it's banged up because somebody hit them in a parking lot by accident, or a tricycle scraped them at a light, because they'll come right by really close or clip your mirror and break your mirror off. So it's not like the States where you can go to get the insurance and get them to look at it and fix it, and you don't have to worry about it. But here, you really have to worry about it. Even though you have full coverage, there's no body shops. in some of the shops you select. There are some body shops. They're so-called body shops, but some are good with the Bondo, some are not. You really got to watch everything. You got to watch what they take out of your car and what they put in, because they can take aftermarket products and put on your car. For an example, a friend of mine had his car worked on in Baguio. Went in and just oil change, upkeep, this, that, and other. And the guy says, "Listen, I'll be back this afternoon. Put new air filters, align it, do everything you need to do to it." Well, he come back, and everything was fine. He went off the lot, and about I don't know, a month later, he said emissions light kept coming on. Emission light kept coming on. So he said, "I'll just take it back to the same place and have them look at it." And apparently, they take it off and put an aftermarket catalytic converter on there. It took his catalytic converter off his new vehicle. So the aftermarket one was all clogged up. They took it off and it was just clogged up with soot and just horrible, just done. But he had to buy a new one, and it was I think $600, something like that. He had to buy a new one, and it's not like you can go down to the parts store. See, they have parts stores, but if you have a new vehicle, they got to order that in. It can take a month, it can take 2 weeks, it can take longer. So be prepared. Always keep an eye. Don't leave your vehicles. Be aware. You're not in, as I always say, Kansas anymore, because people don't realize that things like that can really affect you and ruin your day. And even though it's a simple, it might be cheaper. My friend Claude was telling me that had his oil changed in the States, his vehicle, and it's the same price as what he paid here in the Philippines. Exact same price. So things like that, you just here doesn't necessarily mean cheap because you're living here. It doesn't mean cheap. Example, we went and bought some groceries, and the groceries, I know they double, triple, quadrupled in the States, but I'm gonna do a video on this. Cereals. I was looking at cereals. As you know, I did a video on cereals, and I looked at the cereals here. They're $10 a box, $12 a box for a box of cereal. Some are $7. So I looked online, at Walmart in Daytona Beach, Florida, looked at Phoenix, looked at Buffalo, New York, at the Walmart there, even looked at top supermarkets there in Buffalo. And prices are half to what they are here. That's because of shipping. A grapefruit at the store yesterday, we did a video on, is $15 a grapefruit. $15 for a grapefruit. It's this big. Literally, $15 for one. For one. So I'll do a video on this stuff. So if you're looking at things like that or want things like that, you may have a hard time finding it here, and you may struggle to make things to where you like it. Another thing that you really got to look at is fuel. Make sure you buy from a new gas station. Don't buy fuel from an old gas station that's been here for years, because they have water that seeps in those old tanks. The new ones now they're putting the plastic tanks in, so when they drop them, you're pretty well safe and secure for a while. But even those have water in the tanks because they leave the lids off or forget to put the one back on. As much as it rains here, it does not take much water to ruin your day, because it can rain easy 30-40 inches of water. So a pipe that's this big going in the ground, it can get at least a quart to 5 quarts or a couple of gallons of water in very easily down that pipe. The thing, and depending on the gas station, if it's high or low, then water can get in. You got to be prepared for that. Another thing you got to be prepared for is tires. If you're coming here, make sure you got a good tire shop. You can have a flat on a brand new car, 2 flats. I had 2 flats one day, so you can easily have problems with that. So be prepared for that, and always make sure you have a spare. And it wouldn't be hurt maybe have 2, because driving up down these roads does not mean you're safe for that. Sorry all the negativity, but it's just the fact of the way it is. We recently purchased something at a store, and the guy said, oh, more money, because he saw me. I wasn't there. And Ruth and R were there, and was like, oh no, sorry, we're not, more money, my mistake. Well, they saw me and saw more money. Well, 200, 300 peso more to them is a day's pay or 2 days pay. So be aware of that. Sometimes it's best just let your wife go buy it. Give her the money and let her go buy it. She can buy it. You probably get it for $10, $15, $20 less than what you normally would buy it for. It's amazing. They're getting smart here, and it's not just where I live. It's all over. It's all over the Philippines. It's down in Duma. It's down in Cebu. It's all over. So be prepared. And the shops that work on your car, be prepared of that. Another thing too is doctors. Make sure you find a good doctor, one that can service and take care of your needs. That should be the first thing you do. Doctor, lawyer, and mechanic if you're planning on having a car. Dentist. Those four should be all your best friends. If not, you need to make friends with all of them because it'll save you a lot of heartache in the long run. If you have a good dentist, everything is solved. If you have a good doctor, a lot of things are solved. If you have a good mechanic, it'll save you a ton of money. Thank goodness I do. I have a seaman, retired, has a couple of shops, has his own machine shop. He can work on any vehicle that you have. And if you don't have a part, he can make a part for you, except for an alternator or something. But if you need a mount or a special bracket or anything, he can make it for you at the machine shop. When I had my heads grinded down, I remember him telling me he had to do some special finagling to get that thing back together because of Japan. And he did it there in the machine shop. So make sure you find some good one like that. And also too, something that you really need to think about is if you come to the Philippines, be prepared for care, medical care. Because the old timers, I don't care if you're 50 or 40 or 30 or 20 or 80, you got to make sure you have that in order. Today is just like it's coffee time day. I want to talk about these things. And I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.